Randolph 44 OB 1023.
Oh, it's Bart down there.
What's up?
What's going on, man?
What are we doing?
Just recorded. I made a mistake. I got McAbee's wrong house last time. Somebody corrected me, so got the right address. I'm coming out here and displaying to the city of Winchester where the sicko lives.
Okay.
I mean, is there anything wrong with that? I'm on public. Have no
You're not
ill
actually
intent.
on public property.
Huh?
You're on a private property, not public.
Actually, the what's it called? The easement. Easement goes from center line so far out here. Utility poles mark it about where it is for the utilities. You guys have a whole bunch of utility lines here. I'm 100% sure this is easement, and I'm 100% sure the people can be on it, because where else would I walk here in the street? If I walk in the street, that's illegal. And now she got you standing out here in the rain. I don't mind getting wet.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish.
If you didn't live here, I would have moved on. I called the cops, so I said, okay, I'll wait.
Were you granted the... Did you file for a protective order?
Yeah, but my name's not on it.
Okay, whose is?
My wife and daughters.
Your wife and daughters?
Wife and daughters.
Okay.
I'm not
have
in
you gotten a
fear of
copy?
him or anything like that.
Right.
We haven't got a copy. We just got the text message saying it was active. I mean, it said it was active with what dates. It didn't. We haven't got a copy of what restrictions, what footage, what anything like that yet. So
Okay.
I wasn't sure if he was actually served or not yet.
I don't know.
All right,
The
is his
sheriff's
house.
served
This is his
those.
house, though, so I can.
Okay.
You know what I mean about making a mistake? Is it equal to me, Tom?
$100?
Yeah.
You can come in the house, but I don't want him recording in here.
He's not with me.
Okay. But he's standing right there pointing it right at my door.
Okay.
I'm not going to have him doing this.
Did you file for a protective order?
No, because we haven't been up there. He's been with my mom. He's been with my mom because she had emergency surgery, but he cannot be.
Yes, he can. He's on a public right of way.
He can post our name and our addresses on YouTube.
He's doing it from a public street, public right of way. I can't stop him.
Okay, so if his daughter has a protective order against my son, what is he doing down here?
He's not on the protective order. Daughter and mom and brother are. He's not.
And I asked him to leave several times, and he kept asking me the same question, and I said, you need to leave.
Right.
And I wouldn't answer him, whether this was where Dylan lived or not.
Right.
But I've asked him to leave several times because I'm in fear.
Okay.
I'm in fear. You know, because I'm telling you, I'm about to go out there. We're talking about a mama bear here.
I understand that.
I'm serious. Do you understand? I am shaking.
I told you guys a week ago to get to the courthouse.
I know. And I called that Kelly.
Smithson?
Yeah, and I couldn't get an answer.
Okay, he may not have been in. He might have.
And I left a message, and I got no phone call back.
Okay.
But I wondered because it was this creepy truck that kept driving by, and driving by, and it made me nervous. And it was him because as soon as I stepped outside, him creeping up. I mean, and if he's videotaping and putting our license plates on too. I mean, he just put my son at risk. A big risk.
A big risk of what?
People come in here and attacking him.
For what?
Whatever he says is going on.
Okay.
Because he's even accusing Dylan of rape.
Okay. When did that accusation come up?
It's on the YouTube page that he posted.
Okay.
Is it not? Yeah.
So Dylan's not even here.
Yeah, Dylan's in there.
We just told him to stay outside.
We just told him to stay away from the windows. Just stay in there for right now. Because we haven't even got the protective order yet.
Right. Which doesn't matter. He's not on it, so.
But we'll give it to Dylan because he's got one. His daughter has got one against him.
It should.
I mean, if I go up there and tell him that I want a protective
You
order.
won't. I mean, you can.
And, well, I mean, me, Dylan, and Cleet all want protective orders put up against that son of a bitch.
Okay, so your son is over 18.
Right.
He's going to have to do that on his own.
Right.
You can. I don't know what to tell you. He's an adult.
I know. But I'm saying, can we all three go up there and put one?
Mm-hmm.
And put, because he's
You can
videotaping
file, yeah,
and he's,
It's Winchester. You know how many times the same truck drives by my house daily?
but not putting their brakes on and driving by creepily.
Well, you got a police car sitting out front of your house, too. But unfortunately, there's no law he's violating right now.
Isn't this the indirect contact because his wife and all of them have
He's
protective
not
orders?
on it.
I know he's not on it, but isn't it him making contact by videotaping here indirect?
It would be for him to make indirect or direct contact.
So he
to
can
them.
still make. So it's okay for him to harass us, right?
No, I'm not saying
Oh,
that.
okay.
I'm saying that as far as the wording of the protective order,
Okay.
his daughter, his wife, his son are protected against any direct or indirect contact from him.
From Dylan.
Yes.
Okay, but what? Yeah. Just come over this way. What I guess what I'm trying to figure out is, other than us.
I'm already mad enough
Okay,
just
just-
me being at grandma's and then coming back in here and then he's taking a video of one of my friends outside.
Yeah,
And go to
he took the Ethan,
I got
and they
one person to go to
Ethan,
now.
and then put
One
on
person.
the Ethan, and then put on the YouTube that this was not Dylan McAbee's house. Hey, do you have the remote? Okay.
Yeah. She wanted me to put on
They did put that on his YouTube page that their house was not McAbee's house,
Okay.
but I don't know how he found out the address for either.
The same way anyone else can. You can look it up on the internet.
Yeah, but his name isn't. I mean,
If
it's
he
in
knows
Cleet's.
your name, all he's got to do is look up the guy's name. All you got to do is go to Randolph County GIS and I can click properties and tell me who owns it.
Cleet owns this. So how would he get his name on it? Is what I'm saying.
Because they've never made
'Cause it-
contact with each other.
They work together, don't they?
I don't think he knows. I don't think he knows that Cleet's his stepdad.
Yeah.
You told me last time I was here they did.
No, I said he works at Anchor.
He works in here?
Yeah, he did. Last I knew, if it's who this guy is.
Okay, so you think somebody at Anchor that doesn't know Cleet and doesn't know him isn't going to tell him where Cleet lives?
Yep, they don't put him and Cleet together because of the last names being different. Honestly, because of putting the two last
They
names are
know he
different.
lives with him. People at Anchor know that him and Cleet live together. Surely the Anchor is a big enough, you know.
Yeah, I know.
It's Winchester. Everybody knows what I do. Hell, they probably know what I had for dinner last night.
What's that?
I don't remember, to be honest with you.
No, I'm just saying, it makes me very nervous. And I've got young kids here. My grandchild,
like right now.
I've got Ava. She needs to leave for appointment. She's pregnant. He don't need to videotape our vehicles or license plates.
Well, they can't get any information off that stuff anyway. That's all done through the BMV. You
But it
can't
still
find
makes
that
me
out.
nervous because now who's going to come beating at my door? You know, it's...
And you know what would have solved all this?
I know. But when I don't get off work in time to go up there and do it, and he was with my mom,
I get
can't.
it,
I
but
know.
if there's nothing illegal, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't force him to leave.
See, but I don't know what his real name is. That's the problem.
You can get copies of reports.
I don't
Same
know.
as anybody else, just like the last report Joe did. I'm sure it has a list of involvements.
Joe said he didn't even know the guy's name, and that wasn't his real name. It's what Joe stood here and told us.
Novocaine's not.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's what Joe told us. He didn't know what his real name was.
Okay, well, there's plenty of other reports I'm sure that do.
Do I just go to the city
No, you go up to the courthouse.
and ask for the reports?
Oh, for the city?
So I can get his real name.
Yeah, I mean, you can go ask for any reports involving...
Novocaine.
No.
I don't even know what the daughter's name is or the
All
mom.
I know is the daughter's name is Kiara or Kira, and her older brother's name is Chris. That's all I know.
I mean, I guess I can look up who Novocaine's married to because it does have it on his Facebook and get her name. And then, because I don't know how else to get his name. Because we don't have his name. So he has to give his real name out on the report.
If he makes a report, yeah.
But if he doesn't make the report,
Then we won't have his name.
right, and then how am I going to get his name? Because on Facebook it says she's married to Novocaine. He says
So
he's
the only
married.
thing that you guys have, this is going to sound horrible, contacting an attorney, have them pay them to do the dirt work and sue him for defamation of character.
Or I can get his address and look up who owns that house.
I mean, you do what you... I can't stop anybody from looking up anybody's address. What I'm saying, as far as any of the actions right now, if you don't have a protective order, the only thing that he's doing that is remotely anywhere near a law violation is civil law and defamating his character on the internet. But standing across the street on a public right-of-way,
And keep yelling at me, is this where Dylan Mac... And I told him to leave and I wasn't answering his questions. And he still refused. And continued videotaping my cars, my house. Because I have a witness that I asked him to leave. And I did not answer his questions. He asked if this was Dylan McAbee's house. I said, no, this was Cleet's.
okay.
And he kept asking me, and I said, go away. I said, leave. I'm not answering your questions. Multiple times. Huh?
His first name is Josh. No, it doesn't say his last name. Somebody just commented on something and said, happy birthday, Josh.
But you know what my first instinct was to do?
I get it.
You're scared.
But I was trained because I have. You see
Not
this?
scared.
Because I can't say that that's going to happen when Cleet gets home if he comes back down here. Because Cleet said,
I get to sit here pretty much all night if I have to. If he's still standing out there.
And I
I'd
can't
hate
force
to do,
him.
I'd hate to do
I know,
that
but
because I have to
why
try to
should he
leave.
be able to stay out there and keep us in our home? Because we don't want videotaped. I did not give him permission to videotape me.
Doesn't have to. He's doing it from public area.
Ava, get out.
I mean, that's a constant battle officers fight all the time for the new cell phone video camera area.
But see, I thought it was illegal for him to post someone's,
Well, let's close it, fine.
no, post someone's address if, I guess my thinking is that him posting our address and saying Dylan's name, that puts him in
They're
jeopardy.
interesting.
Is he saying come down here and do anything to him? Is he saying to come down
What
here?
did he say on that other video, Ariana, that he had of Ethan's?
Not anything about coming down. He just said this is where he the predator lives. Throw it in there. Throw it in there. Yeah, put it in there. Put it in there.
I just didn't get his last name.
No.
The garden gets a bit out
No,
of
you didn't.
control.
What do you mean?
The grass.
Look at this.
He starts following me. It's a different story.
Look.
I mean, as much as I know Mom doesn't have a YouTube channel, I can, send something on there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
I can get his YouTube channel blocked.
Right.
Get those videos
Oh,
at least
sorry, it
taken
is.
off. That's as much as I can do. I gotta wait until I plug my
I just gotta get his name, his last name, and then we're going to the courthouse. I already called my boss. I took a picture, just so you know. I took a picture of your car and him standing out there because I sent it to
I
my
don't care. It's
boss.
all being audio.
Well, I
recorded
know, but
video.
I sent it to my boss so that she knew that I because I told her that I was going to be offline.
I mean, the only thing I can do is tell him you want the communication stopped. You don't want him communicating with you. I can tell him that he cannot communicate with you. If he does pass this point, it can be considered harassment. Outside of that, I can't make him leave. I can't, as long as he sits over here and quietly and doesn't say anything to you, that's it.
And what if he walks up to me while I'm trying to leave the house? Like he gets at least within 5 feet from me. What am I supposed to do? Just walk right back to the house?
Yes. Just come back to the house, because if he comes over on the property after you, then his ass is mine.
He can't come onto the property after you. He can't come on your property, period. Okay. But if you're walking down the sidewalk, nothing prohibits him from following behind you,
right,
videoing
but
and saying anything.
You just come back to the house. Yes, if you just come back to the house, and as soon as he crosses that line, I can guarantee his safety. But I'll call cops.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Barndarle, but at this point in time,
I'll tell him that you wish no contact, and anything past this point, if he tries to communicate with you, is harassment, or anybody from this house. That's the most I can do right now.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm gonna walk
out.
No trespassing order.
He already knows. He knows he can't be on your property.
He's still standing out there.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, I mean, he knows.
I don't want him videotaping her. What? She don't have anything to do with this. So she don't.
Anyway, he's in a public place.
I know. I'm upset. You're gonna go to your doctor's appointment, get back here, and I'm going to the courthouse. Because I will get his last name. Because I already know his address, so I can go up there and look up.
You can look it up on the internet.
I don't know what the address. I'm gonna have to drive by his house to find out the address, exact address.
And I can't stop you from doing that, but this shit's gotta stop between all.
No shit. We haven't done anything. We haven't replied to him. We haven't.
None of this should have. You know, I've seen a little bit of the video from the park. None of this should ever. It should have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But Joe was called to that, and I mean, we would have done this a long time ago if Joe would have told me.
Okay. That's fine. Ugh. No, I'm over the rain, man. Like, I feel like I should be wearing like big old rubber boots. Alright, so I agree with you 100%. You're in a public area. I can't stop you from videoing. The only thing I can do, don't communicate with anybody from that house.
Hey, that's perfectly
If you
fine.
speak to them at this point, they wish not to have any contact with you. So at this point, if you do try to contact them, it would be harassment.
Which is completely understandable.
Okay.
But in fairness, like I said, like asking first if this is where he lives,
Right.
because I didn't want to make the same mistake I did last time.
Right.
That's all I was trying
And
to
I
do.
understand
It wasn't
that.
like harassment or threats or anything. I just wanted to, if this ain't his house,
Right.
I don't want to put
And
it
just
on the
like you
internet
protecting your kids, obviously the mom's going to protect hers.
Yeah,
I mean,
which
that's
is,
we get
he's
it.
not a kid, he's a grown man.
I know, but it's still you get it. I mean, even if your kids were an adult and somebody, you would still be.
See, my kids don't have that understanding. I always had their back, but if they fuck up, I'll let them know they fucked up.
And I agree with my parenting style is similar. I get it, but I do have to inform you that any communication with them would be harassment. I do have to file a charge at that point. If you don't mind, that car just absolutely blew that stop
Oh yeah,
sign.
I've seen it a couple. We almost got hit when I was coming here getting dropped off. A guy stopped, or he was coming, pulled almost halfway out, and I'm like looking. My wife's like, "There's not a stop sign there." I said, "Not for us. For him, there is." Like, damn.
So I mean,
Hey,
that's
damn. I wish I would have recorded.
I know,
I would
right?
have had your evidence. I was
but-
only coming here to do a quick 5-minute video updating because I made a mistake on the last house. And I was going to be gone. She said she was calling the cops. I didn't want you guys out chasing me or whatnot.
I wasn't going to chase you. I kind of figured when they'd give me the call, I knew who it was involved in. So, like I explained to her, you are in a public right-of-way. Anyone can videotape or photograph from any public right-of-way. There's nothing I can do legally about that. I can stop the communication.
Yes, which is, like I said, it's completely understandable. I'm not going to be out here. It was going to be a quick minute. But I came out here to see if the protesters were there from yesterday. The kids told me about that shit. I said, "You're serious?"
Oh, on Union Street? Yeah.
Like, they are protesting over a toilet seat hall pass, and they're like, "Yeah." I said, "I'm going to go out there and protest the protesters." Like, really? Like, are you... This is your guys' concern?
Yeah, they were out there for about an hour yesterday morning, then they moved on and
I
didn't
do have a
anything,
quick question for local law enforcement, since I'm doing this in a news
I'll
manner.
try to answer it.
With what happened in Texas, is there anything that we are going to be doing here with our schools in the near future to try to
So from our perspective, okay, so the school operates on their own budgets. They do their own safety procedures. We make recommendations to them of what you can do. It is up to them on what they spend their budget and what they do. We've made
So that
some,
would be like a school
and I
board
will tell
meeting
you,
type.
we just did the active shooter drill here recently. I submitted a page-and-a-half critique to our Homeland Security, and I stipulate, hey, these are some faults that we have that we need to improve on. It's entirely up to the school on whether or not they do those.
Yeah.
I know they have safety committees and things like that that go into place and talk to them.
I know a lot
and-
of dads are out there talking about just going out and walking out in the public, not
Right.
on school property, patrolling their schools and stuff like that, and working together and stuff. But I did know that we do sit out there outside of Silvertown.
5-2 Randolph full checks.
We sit outside of the Silvertown. We have officers sitting out there, and in my opinion, like, I'd rather an officer sit outside the school versus Silvertown. But I don't know your guys' special contracts and deals with stuff like
And
that.
I really can't. I know that they hire us to do off-duty stuff.
Yeah.
Our school does have 2 school resource officers. We have Officer Anderson at the Winchester High School, and then we have Officer Martin who does the elementaries. And they are there anytime school's in session and things of that
Which is
nature.
good. I'm glad we have that. I mean, seeing that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I mean, we make recommendations. It's up to the school and what they decide to do. I would assume at some point there will be some discussion about upgrading some services and doing some different things. I know they have spent quite a bit of budget, putting in special things for the schools as it is. It just depends on what they decide to do from this point.
Get rid of the damn Chromebooks, go back to textbooks, and get us some protections in
Carrying
there.
a big old heavy backpack didn't do me no wrong. So, but I appreciate it, and like I said, I explained to them the same thing.
And I appreciate it. That's why I said you came out. I was like, oh, thank God it's him,
Okay.
But as soon as you get out of here, I'll take off.
I'm out of here, man. I appreciate it, Josh. I don't think it's going to be that way, buddy. Appreciate it.